Happy Saturday, folks. Alright, gonna get into another closer look video. And I'm gonna go from covering the A+ 3-star green hero to covering the C-rated green star hero. From one end of the spectrum to the other. Alright, so Leapfrog. He does have some decent qualities. I'm not a huge fan of this hero though. No, he is rated C overall, and that's only a 2.5 on offense and 2s across the board for everything else. He's not that helpful for war machines unless you want to set him off with charge drinks for the critical chance. But he's really not that helpful. You'll get the tile impact though on a blue war machine if you set off the critical chance. Keep that going for the whole battle. He's not that great on defense. It's pretty low defenses actually. So his health's gonna get ruined pretty quick because of the low defenses. And if you were using him in defense, put him in the flank position would be the best, so he covers the tank and the wing for, well, it's not really tile impact when it's on defense, but the critical chance. But it just, yeah, I don't know. Not a great one for defense at all, really. So, what are some of his redeeming qualities? Well, he has a few. So 202 damage to the target and nearby enemies. Not bad for an AoE hitter that covers 3. It's not terrible damage by any means. But here's where people like using him. So the caster and nearby allies get 32% critical chance for 3 turns. That's pretty good. But that's only seems to be useful in event scenarios. Like, I'm not a fan of this guy, and I actually quit using him a long time ago. But lots of people use him in the flank positions and 3 Vittorias in the other positions for rare events. And that is to capitalize on that critical chance damage for the tiles. Now, I'd imagine they would have to go through quite a few energy drinks, keeping the 2 leapfrogs charged so the critical chance always stays on for the whole battle while they're playing the stages in the rare events. But I don't know, to me that's not worth it. I opt for Fiona, who is a fast purple AoE hitter, hits everybody, charges fast, and does critical chance for everyone on the team. So I only have to use one of her and can use some different hero variety. So if you're using the mono green team, you would have to use 2 leapfrogs to cover all the Vittorias in the flank positions. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of people like that team though. I'm just not a big fan of this hero, and did try using him back in the day a couple years ago, and I just, yeah, no synergy there for me. So that mono green team though, currently we have no rare event that reflects green. So at some point there will be one, and those people will have to find some different combinations because the reflect green one's just gonna kill off their heroes. But right now we only have rare events that cover purple, yellow, and the other one is, does it reflect blue? No, it reflects. Interesting. Oh yeah, it's green and blue are the 2 that we don't have. So the current events that we have reflect purple, red, and yellow. So that team can be pretty wicked, obviously, or people wouldn't be using it. But I'm no fan of this hero by any means. So he kind of just sits taking up a space in my roster. But let's go over some other qualities and see where he can be improved maybe, or helpful in different areas. As you can see too, I didn't bother going past 7 with his special skill. That won't be happening. Epic skill book's too precious. Okay, so he's recon. He's a scouting and exploration intel. Well, what does that do? That evades. Hey, that's not bad. If you're using a mono green team, having him evade some of the hits means he stays alive longer to the end of the event. And that was +3, so 6, 9, 12, 15% chance to evade. There you go. Not too bad. I personally would never, ever waste emblems on this guy. But for the people that do like that mono green team for events, I can totally see them putting emblems on him. His stats aren't that great for defense. So he's not a good defensive hero by any means. He's got a 2.5 out of 5 on offense though, so kind of 50% there. But 2s on everything else, so that's pretty low. So if you did choose to go down the talent grid, his health isn't bad. It's not a bad stat for his health. That's low defenses though. So I don't know. I'd probably go attack as much as I can and incorporate the defense bonus as much as I can. So here's an increase of 18 points. So, and then you get speed right here. Increases the speed of charge recovery by 2%. So that would put him, he's a 48 charge right now. An increase by 2%. That should put him up another tile, which would still leave him in the average though at 49. I don't like 50 is the break point where he'd still be an average charging hero, but it would drop a tile, so that would come very close to 50, but I don't quite think it would hit it. So, but then you got defenses there, and then you got an attack up, go health there, and then you got a defense with that attack. So not a bad talent grid to improve him quite a bit. And then you got critical chance bonus, and that's double damage by 4%. That's a nice little bonus, 4% for recon. Right on. Alright, so I just personally wouldn't waste emblems on the guy, and waste resources too, really. But yeah, like I say, I can totally see those people that favor the mono green team doing that though. Why not? Especially if you use it every event and you're competitive like that. Alright, so let's run through some weapons options here. So master weapons, I have 2 of them in my roster, the 3-star and the 4-star. So I'll cover those later. But I'll read off the 2 5-star green master weapons. It's the CRB Carnivore. And that has a decent attack stat. So that'd be pretty good to put on him. You can't use that in events, obviously, because you're capped at the 3-star weapons, but not a bad one. And then the 418 GLM is exactly as the snake bite. It has pretty high defenses though, but I don't know, Leapfrog's not a defensive hero, not good on defense at all. But it is the same stats as the snake bite, which I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so let's cover the 3. I have no green 5-star weapons at all, so I have to hit up the summon gate here. I've been trying and trying forever and have not been able to land one. 2 years haven't been able to land one. So here's the assassin, critical chance. There you go. More tile damage and more tile damage. That's not a bad thing. And then you got 41% armor damage. That's a fairly high attack stat too, 236. So that's decent. That's a decent offensive weapon for sure. Alright, and there's two more. Nope, that's the stern. Two more 5-star greens, and then the rest I have in my roster, so. I've gotten so many of those Sternox and that over time that I'm just disassembling them now, sacrificing them. Oh, really? This is weird. Exact same critical chance and armor damage on the reptilian. Not bad stats, though. This one's a lot higher in defense than the assassin, which is definitely something Leapfrog needs. I can't say I've paid much attention to the 5-star green weapon bonuses and stats because I've never landed one anyway, so I'm not holding my breath on that. What's the warhead? Oh, hey, that's not a bad defensive combination. Of course, he isn't really a defensive hero, though. But you got 19% chance resistance to status ailments. There you go. And another 155 health to add. And his health is decent. That certainly helps boost him up a bit. Okay, so those are covered, and let's go into my weapons roster here. Okay, so the 5-star green does the exact same as this. It's even the exact same stats. So its chance to hit enemy with dodge while hero is blinded increased by 16%, and then 26% critical chance. Usually the 5-star weapons do have like increased critical chance or an increase in the hitting through the blind or something that makes them their bonus properties a little bit better than the 4 stars, but not in this case for some reason. So. But I really like this snake bite. Really like it. I usually put it on an AoE hitter. I have it on Dasha quite a bit. So she'll hit through the dodge weapons when I'm raiding. So Leapfrog would do the same with this weapon. There's that 16% chance to keep on hitting through. So not bad. It would improve him a little bit. Alright, the stern. So 100 health points. Good defensive weapon. Leaf blade as armor damage. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the leaf blade. I know there's people that do like it. I'm not a huge fan of that one. The green weapons, in some regards, are kind of seem a lot lower than some of the other colors for what they do. So some of the green weapons just are not great. So here's the one that a lot of people favor. 192 defense plus 11% dodge. Not bad. Not bad at all. You see the Easy Pro quite a bit still on defenses. And I raid near the top. Well, I don't raid as much as I used to, but yeah, you still see a lot of 4-star dodge weapons on some of the top defenses still, because it's just so helpful. Dodge is king, as they say. Alright, so look at that. This would certainly help him. Alright, so that rending ammo is a bleed. So the Bennett is not bad at all. I really like this 3-star weapon actually, and when I do play events, the weapon of choice now is this one in rare. So they're hit with 50% damage over 2 turns, and this effect will stack. Pretty good one to put on Vittoria, especially with how many times she can go off being fast charging. So if you did have Leapfrog, it's not bad for him either, especially if you're going to be setting him off with charge drinks on your event team. Alright. Why is my music playing Jingle Bells? That's hilarious. It's too early for that stuff. Silly audio library. Okay. 7% resistance on this. So, again, defensive. I wouldn't want Leapfrog on defense, though. But when you're first starting out, if he's your only green, by all means, level him up. You'll use him for quite a while for wars. That's actually what he was initially for, was one of my war teams when I was first starting out and first getting to 30 heroes. And now I have better ones, and he's just kind of sitting on the roster. I'm not letting him out of his cage. This one I like, though. So we got the 5% critical chance. So that's another one. If you don't have the Bennett and you have him on your mono green event team, then this one's your go-to for sure. Put that tile damage up another 5%. Why not? Alright, and I actually landed my third craft weapon, I think it was, the other day. Third one out of 2 years of playing. Finally got another one. And I'm kind of thinking I'm going to disassemble that, guys. I have no 5 stars to sacrifice it with. And fun fact, disassembling a regular 5-star weapon gives you butt kiss. Like literally nada, nit, rien, zip, zero, zilch in parts compared to what a 5-star craft weapon will give you. Like, it's really bad, actually. It's very bad. Oh, will you stop it? Come on, scroll down again. There we go. It's really bad in weapons parts in your haul. You get really nothing. And if you disassemble a leveled up regular 5-star weapon, you pretty much get the same as if you had just disassembled unleveled one that you just got out of the summon gate or out of your weaponsmith. So it's really terrible. So I need the weapons parts. The other 2 5-star craft weapons I did sacrifice to get my other ones up, which I don't regret because I hardly ever do land 5-star weapons, and I happen to have a few that I needed to get to last promotion. So no regrets there. One of the other ones was a red one that I sacrificed. And so this one is going to get disassembled. There you go. So I've been an advocate of hanging on to your 5-star craft weapons, but if you don't need to, then disassemble them for this. Right here. If nothing else, disassemble them for those 15 parts. And the 4-star parts stop us a lot too. It's a huge bottleneck. 4-star weapons parts can be absolutely annoying and frustrating. So there's a bonus 10 for me that I wasn't expecting. So I got this from Veterans Badges. So just from farming Veterans loot. And my account is not generous. RNG's is not generous with my account at all. Like I say, I think that this is the 3rd one I've had in 2 years. There's a lot of players that get a lot more of them that farm less. So that's just the way it is. But in this case, this is a bonus for me. Happens to be red. I need those weapons parts, and now I got them. So that's something to keep in mind for future. That if you want to disassemble the 5-star craft weapons, then just, go ahead and do it. But just remember, you do need a second regular weapon to sacrifice to that weapon to get it to last promotion. So I thought that was really neat. So I thought I'd add that in when I got that weapon yesterday. I'm like, that can just tag on to the end of my next closer look video. So just something, some info for you all there. All right, so that was a quick rundown of Leapfrog. Like I say, I'm not a big fan, so, but when first starting out, definitely put them to good use if you need them. Okay, guys, again, happy Catter Day. Take care.